What's up, YouTube? This is Joe, the 50-something Dasher, with another installment of the DoorDash Awards for the first half of 2024. This is the third of four videos. The last one will be posted tomorrow. The category for this video is the worst deliveries that I completed in the first half of 2024. It's going to be a combination of just bad orders that I took and some horror stories here. And all of these are bad and some bad stories here. So let's get to it. Number 10 on the countdown is this $17 12.2 mile Best Buy, only one item, and this was from March the 13th. Doesn't seem too harmless, right? Well, I've talked about Best Buy before. I kind of cringe when I get these orders because I'm not really an electronics guy. I have issues like finding things in a Best Buy, but I took this order. And now, before I don't even think I clicked arrived at store yet. I think I was getting out of my car and walking up towards the front door when the customer messaged me and said, "Is everything okay?" So I haven't even clicked arrived at store or even begun to start shopping yet. And why are you sending me a message, "Is everything okay?" That was weird. The first indication that this order may not go too well here. I don't think I had any problems finding it was like a set of speakers is what this was. And I found them, checked out and everything. Then I get another message, and this might have been like after I paid for the item and when I was on my way to deliver, I get another message from the customer saying that I was a lifesaver. Okay, great. Then I get, this is delivering downtown Columbus to a hotel, and I get there and it's kind of confusing. It's one hotel that has one part of it is on one side of the street, and then the other part of the hotel is on the other side. And I was fairly sure that I was delivering to the part that I was supposed to. And I think there was then I completed the drop off, took my picture and everything. And then there was another message from the customer as far as I think questioning me if I dropped it off at the right location or not. And at this point, I was done with this customer at this point. I'm sorry, folks, but I was done with this. I dropped it off, and if that wasn't the right, I was supposed to be a lifesaver, right? So this is such a big, important thing, and I saved this person's life. Well, don't you think that even if I dropped it off at the wrong half of the hotel, that they could walk over and get it if it was such a life-saving thing? Don't you think? But yeah, that was just that was a bad order right there. Okay, number 9 on the countdown is gosh, looking at this, or why did I take this? This is from March the 12th, the day before the number 10 on the list. 1425, 16 miles, Meyer, 21 items. I'm not sure, folks, why I took this order. This is terrible, but I took it. I don't remember now, because that was a few months ago, what my thought process was here. But it was just a general grocery shop. And so I took it out to Lockbourne, and the customer was a woman. She meets me at my car and takes one of the bags from me, and then I offered to take the rest to her front door. You want me to take the rest of these bags to your front door for you? And she acts all like helpless and desperate and everything. Oh, yes, would you please? Would you please take? Yeah, that would help out a lot if you could take the rest of my door for me. Oh, yeah, fine, helpless customer. I'll take the, bags over. I'm cool about everything. I go to the front door, drop off the rest of the order, get back to my car, close that order out, and there it is right there. 0 tip. There you go. Thank you very much. Yeah, that was just that was just unbelievable. Very, very irritating there. Number 8 on the countdown is from February the 7th, $4 4-mile McDonald's. Okay, sounds pretty much routine standard order. This is the order that I call the roundabout order. So, this particular order on the countdown, it'd probably be better if you went back and watched the original video on this, because I have like a satellite image and like maps and drawings, and I tell the story in that video better. But so I'll post a link in the comments. But just to kind of recap here. So when I went to make the delivery, there was a stalled semi truck just entering the roundabout. So but I was able to get through there and get to the customer. And I knew that I had to take an alternate route to go back to zone. Well, I take this like I thought I was taking an alternate route. I got redirected right back to that roundabout, and this time there was like a tow truck driver. It was blocked, traffic was backing up, nobody was able to get through. It was like a chaotic mess. People were going the wrong way in the roundabout to get where they needed to go, and people yelling and cars honking. It was like a nightmare. But anyway, for more details on that and a better telling of this story, go, like I said, click on the link in the description, go back and watch that original video for the nightmare known as the roundabout order. Okay, number 7 on the countdown is from February 3rd, a $10 Papa John's catering order, which is very low paying for a catering order. And I apologize, I don't have the breakdown of DoorDash pay and customer tip on this one. But it was over 8 miles, and GPS was like really bad on this, and directed me into the wrong parking lot. I had to message the customer to find out where they were at. It was just like the next. I drove into one driveway too soon, basically. So pretty easy to correct. I just had to come back out, get on the main road, go into the next driveway. And then these were like security guards it was a Google facility. And the nobody there was very helpful when I arrived. Nobody seemed to want to help me, or like I went up to this guard shack, and even though somebody had just like open the door to go through there or whatever, they didn't want to for some reason they didn't want to take the order from me and bring it inside the guard shack. I don't know why. It was really weird. And they made me, and this is February, so it's cold outside and everything. They had me set the order like actually outside the guard shack in a kind of like a covered like shelter or whatever, kind of like if you can imagine, kind of like a bus stop kind of thing, only with like a table. So it was the order was setting out like in the cold, and then whoever had to come to pick that order up. But yeah, that was just, and all of that hassle for just $10. So yeah, that was a nightmare. Okay, number 6 on the countdown is a $2.20 Chipotle. At least it was only a mile. I guess that's the positive thing here. But and the only reason I took this was it was part of a streak that I was doing. I accepted 31 straight orders for whatever the reason at the time, trying to raise my acceptance rate. And I didn't want to end the streak yet at that particular moment, and took this order. And then look at the pay screen on this, a 20-cent customer tip. Give me a break. That's just fucking stupid. Number 5 on the countdown is a $23.50 28-mile Meyer. This is from February 10th. 2 orders, only 9 items. And I don't have I apologize, but I don't have the items list or the breakdown and pay and everything. But that's not really important here. But so I took it because even though it's high mileage, and but it was still $23, and I think I took it because that was like my last order for the day, that particular day, and it was going to put me at goal, but so I took it. And just the main thing about this order was like all of the driving. It's you look at this screenshot here and it almost kind of looks like I'm driving around in a big circle the whole entire freaking city here. And it ended up being 43 miles total. So it was the 28. And then from this second position, or the second customer back to home, was like 15 miles. So all total 43 miles I did on that order. That was just terrible. And then I've got in my notes for this, one of the deliveries was a 0 tip. There it is right there. Thank you very much. And one of these two orders, it's probably the zero tip one, I'm not for sure, delivered to a filthy, disgusting, dilapidated trailer. And just that was bad. Let me just put it that way. That was a really bad order, and I would have been better served not to take that. Number 4 on the countdown is a $4 1.5 mile McDonald's. Seems pretty harmless, right? Well, there was a GPS issue on this, and this particular order I delivered to the correct pin location. That I pulled into a driveway. There was a house on either side of my car, and the pin was right next to where my car was, on the left hand side. Okay, so it should have been the house to my left. No house number anywhere on the house. On the mailbox, I could not see a house number. I just had to assume that that was the house. Well, the customer marked the order as not delivered, and I got a contract violation on that one. They knew very well what was going on, and I'm sure she knew exactly where that order was, and just went across to the next door neighbor and picked it up, and then still marked it as not delivered. Now I did get that contract violation removed though. But just very irritating and aggravating, to say the least. Number 3 on the countdown is from February 2nd, a $5.75 6.7 mile White Castle. I think, if I remember correctly, I believe I took this order because it was earlier in the morning, and traffic. I could do the, even though it was an upside down order, traffic wasn't going to be a factor, and I could still knock this out pretty quickly if I remember right. Again, another example of where GPS messed me up on this. It had me drive into a totally different business. And again, it's still dark outside, very early in the morning. And I go up this windy dirt / gravel road up to this was some kind of not a landfill, but some kind of dumping ground of some kind. I can't remember. And I get up to a guard trailer or whatever, and get with somebody, give the customer name, and they radio the person, oh no, I didn't order White Castle or whatever. That place had somebody with the same first name as my customer. And then the guy was like, yeah, he's probably supposed to be at the trucking company, because the next door or whatever, because this keeps happening and drivers keep coming here to the wrong location. Long story short, I had to exit out of there and go to, it was a trucking company. And that's where the customer was. And I had to drive. Then it was a little bit tricky. I had to drive about halfway back into this place, past all these semi trucks, to what looked like an office or whatever. And then this guy on a forklift comes riding out of the building and drives this forklift to my car, and that was the customer. But the guy, the bright spot of the story here was, I mean, it was a horrible, like, time consuming fiasco. But the bright spot of it was the customer was cool about it. And I told him that, going forward, put this, and this in your instructions. And then so the next driver, knows. And he seemed like he would do that. And like I said, was cool about everything. But yeah, that was one of my worst deliveries ever so far with DoorDash right there. Number 2 on the countdown is are you serious here right now? Can you believe a shopping order? Have you ever seen a shopping order paying $2.50? Absolutely ridiculous here. I don't care how many I don't care if it's just a package of gum. Like, how can a shopping order pay only $2.50? Going 1 mile. And the only reason I took this is I was in the middle of a streak. I took 19 out of 20 offers to raise my AR at this particular time. And by the way, if I didn't already mention, this is from March 12th. 3 items. So I'll throw up a screenshot of the shopping. It wasn't that hard to shop. It's dish soap and 2 baby bottles, so whatever. And it delivered to an apartment complex. It's pretty much right behind that dollar store. And go to close that out. No real surprise here, folks. There it is right there. 0 tip. Thank you very much. I mean, just absolutely horrible. But how long did this take me? So I got the offer at $2.29. It took 16 minutes. So at least I didn't have a whole lot of time wrapped up in that. But even still, $2.50 for 16 minutes worth of work is not very good. Number 1 on the countdown, the worst order that I completed in first half of 2024. Looks like I took this one from home. This is from March 19th, a $4 2.9 mile Dollar General. And 7 items. So, I took it. Not really sure why, but I took it. Check out the shopping list here, folks. You believe this? 7 gallons of water. I probably, to be perfectly honest, I probably should have just, as soon as I saw that, I probably should have just dropped the order, honestly. Next screenshot is there they are in my shopping cart. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. I get to the customer and initially I tried to put these in my catering bags, but I didn't want to. I felt like maybe I'd break the straps on my bags trying to do that. So I manhandled them. It was an apartment complex. I had to park and walk probably, I don't know, 70 to 100 feet, something like that. I had to walk down a little sidewalk because I was parked at the back of the customer's building. So I had to walk the length of the building, the side of the building, then turned the corner, and it was like maybe like the second or third apartment. It's not real far of a walk, but still requiring 2 trips. And set all these waters on the front doorstep. Go to close that out. $1. There's my dollar right there for my troubles, and thank you very much for. I get a dollar. If I had $1 cash on me, I should have stuck it in an envelope and taped it to one of the waters. Here, I don't need your dollar. Just again, just absolutely unbelievable. And that's it for that's the winner. That's the champion. Worst order of the first half of 2024. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out tomorrow's video. And as always, be safe out there driving. And until next time.